When we're dancing, the night begins to shine. I said a ga 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 ga. Oh my days. Okay, okay, okay. What's really good, everybody? It's Nyasha the poet. Man, oh man, when I say it's been a long time coming, I literally mean it's been a long time coming. Pause. I've been watching some of the videos that I've like recorded in the past and da da da, and I'm just like, what is this? So, why is my mouth foaming? Why am I foaming at the mouth like a raccoon with like it's giving rabies? Like, must be the rabies. Foaming at the mouth like a raccoon. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Like, Nyasha, where's the shame? I saw this, right? And I was just like, okay, let me not pay too much attention to it because whatever, whatever. But now that I'm like editing my own videos and I see this, it's all I can look at. So I wanted to say it's the lip glosses that I was using. So I was using this lip gloss, okay, from it's this one, and there's another one. It's a clear one that my mom has stolen because my mom always steals stuff from me. My mom steals makeup stuff from me. My little sister steals socks. That's my family. There you go. The loud house. But yeah. So these lip glosses, yeah, no. So hopefully this season it's gonna be a little better. Cause I was just looking at myself like, girl, get yourself together. I'm obviously deep and it's not that deep, but to me, I'm just like, yeah, we're just gonna have to be using this Fenty Beauty, baby. That's what I have on today, so hopefully. But it's the oxygen and the saliva and the lip gloss and the talking for a long time. That's what happens. But I'm just like, no. So I just had to come on here and redeem myself, even though it's gonna be a little too late. But boom. So that's what I wanted to start with.
You need to regain your honor. Redeem your honor. Unquestionable honor?
November now, all my days, depression. The depression was starting to get to me because now I had stopped working because my place had closed down for the winter. I think my body was just like, we're not used to this. We're not used to having ample amount of time to sleep and rest and watch TV. Like, what are you actually talking about? So I was just like, this is so uncomfortable. Like, I remember, I think I almost went like 2 weeks without going outside, and I lived underground. So the amount of light that would come into my room was so little. And the fact that it was like dark and dreary, it was horrible. Like, the sky was taken over by dark clouds. The clouds hung low persistently. It was really dark. So it's just like the mental health was deteriorating and da da da. And I was on the phone with Deanna and she was just like, you need to get out of the house. Like, just go take a walk, something. Because I literally was sitting in the dark doing nothing with my life, literally. So, yeah. So that was horrible. So, boom. Tell me why I start to make plans now. So I was like, okay, my birthday is coming up, which was the 6th of December. So I will get a couple, I'll get a plane ticket and go home for a bit. And then I'll come back like in 2 weeks. And then, because remember, if you remember, I was supposed to get into a new job. We're going to backtrack a little bit prior to my workplace closing. This is what happened, right? I had said this, and I don't know if it's because this was meant to be the way it is, or I jinxed myself. I remember saying like, if anything bad is going to happen, it's going to happen to me. Because I remember when my workplace was about to close, it's either like you're gonna go on EI, which is employment insurance, so you're still getting paid for your rent and da da da, but you're not working, right? And then I was like, okay, this is gonna be very good. So I'll just go on the EI and then I'll start working on my podcast. This is what I had in mind. So I had like plan A, plan B, plan C. So employment insurance was like my third one. The first one was just like, I'm looking for another job. I'm looking for another job, right? And mind you, this is when everything was just like falling apart. Like, my job is going, my home is going, this is going. So I'm looking for a new place to live, a new workplace, and I'm trying to go back home. Like, everything was just like tumbling down, right? So yeah, boom. I'm just trying to get plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, all of the plans so that I know I don't get stuck, because everybody's talking about, yeah, it's going to be fine. It's going to be a smooth transition. Like, so the day that your workplace closes, boom. that's when you file for that EI so that it just comes in and then you start getting your shmoney. So everything was supposed to be fine, but I was just like, I know myself. Like, I feel like sometimes I just feel like I'm the most unluckiest person on earth. I was just like, if there's a chance for something to go wrong, it's probably gonna go wrong with me. This is something that I said. And I was just like, we might be talking about, oh, this EI or I'm gonna get a job, but watch how when the moment comes, something will go wrong. And lo and behold, did something not go wrong? I couldn't get my EI because my work permit expired. And the guy who used to work at the place who hired me, he never looked at this. Like, nobody had told me, literally just going through this world with no guidance. So I literally don't even know like what to do. Like, okay, because I was hired, so I'm assuming all of my things were done. So boom, I can't get EI because like they're talking about some, we need they're talking about like your SIN number can't be starting with this number. And guess whose number starts with that number? Me. Of course. Like it's always me. Like when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite.
See, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite.
And the clown bit me. Bit me. It bit me. It was, oh my days, just thinking about like the chaos that was going on. Chaos ensued, you guys. I was wrapped in throes of chaos. Like it's crazy. So boom, EI is not an option. So I'm like, okay, let me get a job. So I had spoken to this lady. She was really interested. She really liked me. She really wanted to hire me. And then she starts to ask me for my work permit. And that's when we're like discovering my work permit is expired and da da da. She's like, okay, try to get it fixed. She was really like, really like, really kind and stuff like that. And she had like some other girl like try to help me, like call this number, do this, do that. And then I just could not do it by myself because the way it's so difficult to go through those websites to try and get this information, like, and it's something that's so meager that will take you like 6 million years to access. And it's just like, all my days, like, I can't do this. I can't do this by myself. I can't. So I call Deanna, boom. D, can you help me with this? They're saying this is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. So boom, it's just like we're just like, oh my days, like what's gonna happen? Like you don't have a job anymore. You still need to pay rent. You say, what's going on? What's going on? So we're trying to fix this stuff. I got to a point where like we kept on seeing like work permit, right? Because like you press this and you click this link and you click that and it's not leading you anywhere. I literally said to Deanna, if I see these words, work permit, one more time, watch what's gonna happen to this laptop. I'll literally fling this laptop out of this room. Are you kidding me? Like she was laughing, but like it was one of the most hardest things. And I was just like, you know what? Let me just call my mom and see like, can I come to her crib and kind of like have her like help me fix my stuff. So I called her instantly. She was just like, yeah, you can come over. Like, when were you planning to come over? Da, da, da. And I told her, and then so boom, now that's like a chip off of my shoulder. Like I can finally get some sleep. I start to pack my bags and stuff like that. Mind you, I've accumulated a bit more stuff now because baby. Because your girl loves to shop and stuff. So I've bought more clothes, I've bought more shoes, not too much because I always knew like this is not my permanent home. But yeah, so the suitcases are big fat suitcases, like it's just so much. And then yeah, so boom, we did that. My birthday was coming on the 6th, so I was literally coming back to Ontario on the 6th. I had such an amazing time in Vancouver. Like I love Vancity. Like uh I've met some of the most amazing people, like some people who are just like genuine, like people who just want to help you out of the kindness of their own heart, out of the goodness of their soul. And like I went to film school, my teachers, I cannot say anything bad about any of my teachers. Like they were all so kind to me. And I just remember like just a couple of days ago, I read an email that one of my teachers sent me. The same teacher who had told me like, you have such an expressive face, so you're probably gonna book commercials because you're just really so expressive. Da, da, da. She sent me that email. She was just like, continue being you. It was so amazing to see like your growth in the program. Because when I tell you like I would freeze like in front of the camera, like it's just like acting is not as easy as I thought it was. It's just like it's awkward and it's difficult and it's sometimes annoying and it can be so like monotonous or like some of the things is tedious or whatever you want to como se dice, como se dice, como se dice. Like it's a whole lot of things and it's just like it's awkward and it's like sometimes you're like in a quiet place but like you're Oh my god, it's so awkward. Like it's so awkward. But yeah. I had a great time. I had a great time. Like my teachers, all of them were so kind. And there was a time when I like February, March, I really thought like I should just go back home to Ontario because I was having the most difficult time and nobody knew, by the way, because like you know me, I'm so stoic. I'm as stoic as Jesus. I'm joking. I'm not gonna compare myself to the J, but no, like I'm just like a suffer in silence type of person. So it's like I was going through so many of these hardships and so much pain would have been alleviated, right? If I had just like asked for help, but I didn't for the longest time until I was really crashing and burning. That's when I went to like one of my instructors and she till this day, like I just sent her an email just to be like shout out like around this time last year, I remember just being in your office, like crying. Like I was crying. You guys, like, she and I would just be in her office, like crying, and she'd be like, "What can I get you? Like, do you want food? Do you want this? Do you want that? Can I help you with this?" She helped me so much. And when I tell you, like, I love Vancouver, but this place is expensive. I have this video that I saw on Instagram. It's basically someone complaining about how expensive Vancouver is, and they were like cutting apples and ice and frying it in a pan. Like it's such a funny video, but the people in Vancouver can relate. Like I remember when I posted that on my story, everybody was just like laughing and responding because
Toilette 漂亮, les vitons j'étais, et les jantons les opas, les gisons l'été, on pourra jouer les dents, les teaspoons
oh, but it's so beautiful. It's such a dilemma. It's a beautiful, beautiful dilemma. Like, oh, Vancouver, I love you. But yeah, it's just like you just have to be prepared. I paid for my school in full. I paid for my flights, I paid for my accommodation, everything was good. And then I had told myself, like, so basically what I'm gonna do is the job that I was working, because I was working retail when I was in Ontario. So basically I asked to get like transferred to that same place in Vancity. So it would have been a smooth transition if if had I not gotten to Vancouver and then they told me that they weren't hiring because it was winter, like smack middle of winter or beginning of winter, whatever you want to call it. It just the store just wasn't as busy. I really hate that I was selling myself some false dreams. I really hate that they've been selling you some false dreams. If your pub was up for sale, I'll buy the whole thing. I really was. Like if wishes were horses, beggars would ride, and I became a beggar. I'm just kidding. I did not become a beggar, but it was just because I didn't have that job. Things that were not supposed to be as hard became really, really difficult. But I'm so glad and so happy and so blessed to have met people who really like just really had my best interest and really just wanted to help me. It was an amazing time. Like, oh, they were there. They really were my shoulders, and it was a lot of them. So they were my shoulders to cry on, and nobody ever knew this. Nobody knew that I was going through such a hard time because you know me, I just like acting. I really been acting for real, for real, for real. I really was acting like everything is fine. Just like, some days I'd just be like, when my friends would be like, let's go here, let's go there, I'll just be like, no, no, absolutely not.
No.
I don't want to go to One Oak. I just want to go home, literally. But yeah, I'm trying to get my stuff from Vancouver to come here. Like I remember when I went to Vancouver, I had to pay overweight each suitcase because I had these two suitcases, the Rolling Stones. I had to pay overweight $100 each. One of them was 25 kgs and the other one was 27. So I had to pay overweight and I had so much stuff. So boom, now I've accumulated even more stuff plus blankets plus all of this. So boom, we're looking at an estimate of 3 suitcases to, let's just say 27 kgs for each. She gave me a rough estimate, like she gave me a quotation, right? So okay, if we're looking at 27 kgs per suitcase, okay, these are the dimensions, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah, boom de yada, boom de yada, boom de yada, right? We're looking at 110 for each suitcase. So I was like, okay, cool, right? I spoke to my friend Angela. Okay, this is what we've got. Can you do this? Can you do it? So boom, Angela agreed. She went and got my stuff. We bought a new suitcase. And then okay, throw this away, give this to this person, throw this away, give this to this person. She did all of this stuff and then she packed. So now we've got 3 suitcases, right? She goes to Canada Post. She's going there. They're telling her, all the dimensions for your bags are too big. And I'm just like, huh? Make it make sense, because she literally came here. You guys told her it's fine. So why is it a problem now? And they were just giving her a hard time because, como se dice racist? Like, what? Como se dice racist? Like, because she's so sweet and soft spoken, and like, I honestly think like they're just treating her some type of way because she's Mexican. And I'm just like, had I been there, you guys are really lucky that I hadn't been there, because enough if you buck for real. Like, if you're scared, then just say it, because enough is enough. Like, enough is enough. Like, why are you treating her like this? I'm so upset, because I'm just like, I'm far away. Like, there's nothing I could possibly do right now to help her. So I feel so bad. Like, now she's going through all of this rubbish because she's trying to help me. So she was like, Nyasha, like, I'm just going to leave these guys. I'm going to go to another place. Maybe I'll try DHL or FedEx. So boom. Angela goes, she goes there, she goes to FedEx. FedEx is like, okay, this is okay. However, one of the suitcases is fine. These two are overweight. Mind you, it's almost time for the thingy to close. Like I said, if there's something that's gonna go wrong, it's gonna happen to me. But no, I rebuke this, please. But yeah, they're like, okay, so this one is overweight. And this one is overweight, but this one is okay. Yada, 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 yada. So I'm just like, oh my days. Like, at this point, she's like, okay, Nyasha, I'm going to have to go with the suitcases to my house. And I was like, okay, cool. So boom, she does that. She takes the suitcases to her home. She starts to like take stuff out. Like, what do we do? Do we put things in boxes? Do we do this? Do we do that? And mind you, FedEx is now like, it's almost like $700 that needs to be spent on this. And I'm just like, how did I get a quotation for 110, 110, 110? And now I'm really looking at spending 700 quid. Really looking at spending 700 quid on getting my stuff back. Like, make it make sense. Like, it's just, I can't. This is the ghetto. So it's just been stressing me out. But hopefully tomorrow, it's already a new week. Tomorrow, like, hopefully she can get everything on there and get everything to come, because at this point I'm just like exhausted. But yeah, we're gonna roll it back. We're gonna roll it back. I start to pack my stuff now. We bought the tickets with Deanna, so it's official. Boom, your girl's coming to Ontario. And I was really excited just to be like, oh my days, I'm gonna see my dad. I'm gonna see my family, my brother, my sister. I'm gonna see my mom. I'm just gonna be back home. Like, oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna see Deanna. Like, it's gonna be a blast, and it's gonna be my birthday. I'm gonna have so much fun. So many people that I didn't see, that I want to see, that I haven't seen in such a long time, right? Tell me why. Literally, I think like 2 days before I leave, I remember texting Deanna and I was like, you will not believe what happened to me. Like, there was this glass table that we used to sit at. We used to have supper there and stuff like that, because we weren't allowed, like, when I tell you, this house had so many rules, like, don't eat in your room, don't smoke in here, don't drink here, no partying, no noise after this, don't do laundry after this hour, don't do, it was so many rules, which helped me for real, because it helped people stay clean, but also it was just like, oh, I feel like I'm in a prison a little bit. But yeah, so this table, what do I do now? I cooked pasta, and then I placed this hot plate on this glass table, and I heard, "Gah." But I had my AirPods on, so I didn't really see what it was. So I didn't hear what it was, right? So now I'm starting to like dish my food into like lunch boxes, because I always would like cook for like enough for me to eat for 3 days, because don't nobody want to be doing dishes every single day. Like, what are you talking about? So boom, I did that, and then I'm looking at the table and I saw this crack, and I was like, oh my days, this is crazy, right? So yeah, the table cracks, and I was just like, I'm just gonna keep this one to myself, because why is this happening to me before I'm literally about to move out of this accommodation? Like, what? This is crazy. So boom, that happens, and then I went to my room or whatever. I came back, and then I placed something on there gently, but then this just like the table just gave in. Like, when I tell you, like, when you see something crack in slow motion, like literally the table just gave in, and the table literally cracked in half, and I was just like, oh. I remember texting the people for my accommodation, and I was just like, there was a crack in the table, and then like I placed something on there, and then it just gave in, and then they were like, it's fine, it's fine. It wasn't really a big deal for them because they were already like throwing stuff away because they were closing, and this is why I had to move out, because they were having like problems with their landlords and stuff like that. They couldn't come to, an agreement, so this place was shutting down. So they were actually saying to me like, if you move into a new place, we can give you most of the furniture. So I guess if you really want to look at it, it really was going to be my table anyways. I just cracked it. So I remember texting Dee, and I was like, you won't guess what just happened to me. Like, this table just cracked. Like, this is obviously going to be taken off my damage deposit. Like, this is crazy. And I remember she just sent me, she said, deny, 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 deny. And I was laughing. But yeah, I was just like, of course, I've managed to live here for a year without breaking anything, nothing, nothing, nothing. Literally 2 days before I move out of this accommodation, like I lived there for a year. Are you joking me? Like, that's when I break the table? Like, no. But yeah, I sent the message. They were really understanding, and I did end up getting my damage deposit back. But yeah, so that was that. So boom, I remember when I went back to Suitcase and Point, just meeting so many people that I hadn't met in such a long time. Like when I met Deanna, like you guys, when I met Deanna, I was just like, I remember she came to pick me up, like she took me out for dinner for my birthday, and I was looking scrumdiddly yum yum. This guy really asked me like the whole picture thing. Again, like, can I please take a picture with you? And I'm just like, oh my God, like, what is this? This is like, why? But I'm just like, whatever, whatever. We had some drinks, we had good food. When I tell you Deanna spent a bag on that birthday dinner, I was just like, girl, you did not need to spoil me like this. And like, I was going like December, I wasn't really home like that. I was really like back and forth. My place, Deanna's place, my place, Deanna's place. Deanna has the most loveliest home ever. Like all my days, like, oh, she's got these colorful doors in her home, and her bathroom is to die for. Like, I'm telling you, like all my days, every time I go there, I do not want to leave. But yeah, meeting Deanna, like going out with her, meeting people at Suitcase and Point, and all these people, mind you, all of these people who saw like the premiere for my podcast, everybody's just asking me like, when's the next episode coming out? Like, I loved it, I love it, I love it. And I had already forgotten about this, so it was so funny because they were just like, we love it, and you're so funny, and you're so relatable, and you're this and you're that. And they're just like, oh, we love your poems and this and that. Like, I remember I had a performance. I had to recite a poem of mine. I had a poem called The 16th Suitcase, which people loved. And Deanna, girl, I said, Deanna, if you don't get yourself together right now, Deanna was crying. She literally, like, I looked at her like after my thing, and she was crying. She literally was crying. So yeah. It's been amazing, like just being surrounded by people who love and appreciate art. And I've met so many people, so many lovely, lovely, lovely people. And I'm just so grateful for that. And when I met my dad, oh my God. Oh my God. I remember like my dad was just like, oh, so where are you? Da, da, da. And then I gave him the location. And then he pulled up on me. He just like came behind me, and he was like, hello, beautiful. I think, yeah, he said, yeah. He said, hey, beautiful. And I looked, and I was like, Daddy. I was so happy. Like, out of like everyone, like when I tell you I met everybody before I met my dad, which was so crazy because like, homegirl. You were just a homegirl, girl. I met him like, I would say like a year and some months later, I would say. Like, oh, it was so emotional. And like effort, like I was cool. We were talking and just like recapping. Da, da, da. We didn't really have enough time because Deanna had to pick me up. We had to go for another performance. Like her man. Thank you to my man.
And my man, thank you to my man.
Her man, by the way, his name is Chef Tony. Shout out Chef Tony, because that man can cook. I tell you, the way nobody's cooking chicken like Chef Tony's doing. Like, he is so sweet and he's so kind. From the time they pick me up to the time I get home, then it's just princess treatment all the way. Like they'll cook me stuff and be like, do you want this? If you're cold, we can bring you a heater. Do you want new blankets? Do you want this? If you get hungry, oh my goodness, and I love it. And I just love it. I'm like, I'm never gonna leave this place because you guys love me. You love me and you just wanna spoil me. But yeah, boom. So her man had a performance, so we had to leave. So I was still like in the middle of like we hadn't my dad and I hadn't even spoken about anything, and it was time for me to go. And that's when I was like, and then I started to cry. It was just so emotional. Like, oh, I so love my dad. Like, man, like it was just so many emotions seeing him there. And it's just like when I think of all of the times when I had hard times and I just wish that he would have been there. Like, oh, so finally seeing him in the flesh, it was something. I have been obsessed with this song. I have been obsessed.
It goes like this. 16 carriages driving away while I watch them ride with my dreams away to the summer sunset on a holy night on a long back road. All the tears I fight.
Catch this. 16 carriages driving away while I watch them ride with my dreams away to the summer sunset on a holy night on a long road, all the tears I fight. Everybody say, hey, Miss Carter. Say, hey, Miss Carter, because she did that. No, she actually did that. This song has just been on my mind. Like, I absolutely love it. And it's on Cowboy Carter, her album that came out this 2024. I absolutely love 16 Carriages. Like, all my days. I don't know, there's something about it. It just makes me feel sad, but it's a good song. And she talks about like at 15 the innocence was gone astray, had to take care of home at an early age. I saw mama crying, I saw daddy lying, had to sacrifice and leave my fears behind. I absolutely love this song. And this line where she says, all the tears I fight, all my days. Just the title itself, I was just like, I need to write a poem that goes in hand with this. And I wrote the poem before I listened to the song because I just didn't want to be like swayed on what I was thinking. But like Beyoncé, everybody say, hey, Miss Carter. Beyoncé, 16 Carriages. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. So that is Song of the Week. Album of the week is an album by a very great man. This man goes by the name Bob Marley. Okay, so Robert Nesta Marley was a Jamaican reggae singer, guitarist, and songwriter, considered one of the pioneers of the genre. Marley fused elements of reggae and rocksteady in his music and was renowned for his distinctive vocal and songwriting style. Okay, Bob Marley was born February 6th, 1945 in Jamaica, and he died May 11th, 1981. He was 36. Okay. This particular album that I'm going to talk about today is Legend. It's like reggae 1984. It has all it says like the best of Bob Marley and the Wailers. Let me just tell you, right? When I say I love these songs, I mean I love the whole album is amazing, but like I'm just gonna try and give you like my top 5. My favorite song I would say is Jammin'. I wanna jam it with you, and I hope you like jamming too. Neither can we but or sound. We're jamming. Oh, so I love jamming and I love waiting in vain. This song, I can have it on repeat forever. Forever. Like, are you kidding me? No. I love Waiting in Vain. It's so good. It's like, it goes like, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain. From the very first time I set my eyes on you, girl, my heart says follow through. So don't treat me like a puppet on a string. Boom, 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 boom. I don't wanna wait in vain. I love this song. Like I could just cry. It's such like the melody, the beat, his voice. It's such a beautiful, beautiful song. Okay, the way he goes, ooh, girl, is it visible? I wanna know now. Hey, I could go on and on, but I highly, highly, highly recommend that you listen to this song. So, Waiting in Vain. Then number three, I would say Is This Love. It goes like, is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling? Amazing, amazing song. And then the other one would be Could You Be Loved? So could you be loved? Hey, hey, and be loved. I love the girls when they go whilst you're pointing fingers, someone else is judging you, and then they go, could you be loved? Hey, could you be loved? And then Mama is like, say something, hey, say something, reggae, reggae, say something, raga, raga. It's amazing. The punky reggae party. So yeah, I highly recommend that you listen to this album. It's just a 10 out of 10 across all boards. Okay, pause. Can I just say I love like have you ever watched like Beyonce giving like an acceptance speech or something like when they give her like a Grammy or whatever and she's just like to my Uncle Johnny who I love. To my husband, my beautiful, beautiful husband, who I love so dearly. I love that. So yeah, shout out Beyonce. So boom, I really, really hope you like this poem. It's called 16 Carriages, inspired by Beyonce. And it goes like this. Monday, the 1st of April, 2024. While I bide my time for an early grave, 16 carriages ride away. Yes, I have fallen, but I won't cave. I stare death in the face and say, not today. Knocks on doors don't break my reveries. A beggar's dreams are his paradise. I don't waste my time with any worries. Nothing pleasing comes without sacrifice. In little time, the clock will tell you, all hands come together at once. Most things I cannot explain true. No matter what, I must take a stance. If I feared then and buckled down, perhaps I would have never started. If I let all my tears let me drown, maybe my own art would have rotted. I suffered a go too near to freedom, the taste of almost in my mouth. Their jealousy as red as Edom, a little girl that came from the south. A glimpse of light inside my eyes, how I fight all these years of tears. A gift I was given that's no surprise. 16 carriages, the fog mystically clears. I'm sure you can already tell by today's theme. Today's movie is, of course, Bob Marley One Love. Okay. So basically, it just follows the life of Bob Marley, how he lived, his family, his kids, all of this stuff. And I absolutely love it. We have Rita Marley, which is Bob Marley's wife, played by Lashana Lynch. By the way, can I just say I love Lashana Lynch. Her acting is phenomenal. Like even in The Woman King, she ate that. She ate that and left no crumbs. So shout out Lashana Lynch. And then Bob Marley is actually played by Kingsley, which I will not say his surname because I don't want to butcher it. But okay. Everybody in the movie did an amazing job, and I think highlight, this is something that I picked off when I watched the movie. There's a time when he's in the UK, Bob Marley's in the UK, and they're trying to get him to like have this like cover for his new album that's like appealing to the kids and da da da. He's like, his manager or whatever was like, the kids don't like this, and then he was like, them not have to like it, them got to listen first and then you have to like it. And I was like, no, literally, because I took this advice for myself. I was just like, thank you, Bob Marley. But yeah, I was just like, thank you, Bob Marley, because they don't have to like it. They have to listen to it first and then they'll like it. Just like my dad would always tell me, like, put your content out there. They'll catch on. It might not be right now. It might be 8 years and you only have 18. 8 years later and 18 subscribers is crazy, guys. Please don't do that to me. But I'm just saying, like, it might be 18 years later and you only have 8 subscribers, but put it out there. They'll catch on when it's their time. So yeah, I carried this with me. I hope you carried this with you too. Whatever you're doing, they don't have to like it, okay? They have to listen to it. They have to see it first, and then they'll catch on, and then they'll like it, okay? They make them ride your wave because you are the ish, okay? Okay? Yeah, and that's on rapid taste. I put that on rapid taste for real, for real. But yeah, there's this one part that's like a highlight of mine. Before Bob Marley goes back to Jamaica, and his wife is like washing his hair and stuff like that, and it was really a little bit short back then. And I was just thinking to myself, Bob Marley is cute. I literally was thinking Bob Marley is cute. No, Bob Marley is literally so cute. Like the Kingsley, literally the Kingsley in there. Like when he has his head back and like the wife is just washing his hair, and then that's like a highlight of mine because they sing a song together, and it's basically, I think it's called they're basically like, Hail Selassie, like something along the lines of bring all your problems to Selassie or something like that. But they're just like singing this song together, and I love it. I love that for Rita, and I love that for Bob, and Bob Marley is cute. Like, oh my days. But yeah, I absolutely love, and the way he was just like so in tune with the music is amazing. This would be like a couple years back. I remember this is one of my most favorite songs by Bob Marley. It's called Zimbabwe, right? So boom, Bob Marley has a song called Zimbabwe that he played, he performed at like Zimbabwe's he performed at like Zimbabwe's Independence Day or something like that, right? So this one goes like, every man's got the right to decide his own destiny, and in his judgment there is no partiality. So he basically goes, Natidredidina, Zimbabwe. Okay, so I love that song, Zimbabwe, right? So I didn't understand, this is something that the movie helped me realize, right? I thought I and I literally meant like me and me alone, like I and I, like only me and you, only me and you. Okay, so I thought I and I literally meant like just me, myself, and I, like I and I, right? So when he says like I and I shall liberate Zimbabwe, I was like, huh? Why Bob Marley saying that only him? I was like, what? Bob Marley was saying only he can liberate Zimbabwe. Like, I was like, what is he actually saying? But now, fast track, like years later, can you imagine? I'm only getting like the meaning of this, like now, like this is really what he meant. Okay, I'm paraphrasing, but it's basically like there is no one man alone. It's only we, right? So it's I and I. So it's basically like you and me, but it's I and I. You get what I'm saying? So this is what it is. I'll try to get something to break it down the proper way. But yeah, he was just like, I and I will liberate Zimbabwe. And I was just like, after that was unraveled, after that was unmasked, it just made the song 10 times more beautiful than it already was. Because I was just like, I and I shall liberate Zimbabwe. Nati Dreditina. Zimbabwe. Now it's time for me to go. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I absolutely love you so much. I can't wait to just come back on here and tell you everything that's been going on with me and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful, 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 wonderful week. Like, comment, subscribe. I love you so much, my lovelies. Bye.